Alright. Alright, let me tell you all something right now. When I heard the Minnesota Vikings extended Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, I stood up out of my chair like I just saw a pick six in overtime. Because this right here, this is bigger than just a contract extension. This is a message. The Vikings ain't just trying to play football. They trying to win Super Bowls. See, when you talk about a general manager, folks get caught up in draft picks and cap space. God damn. But let me break it down for ya. What Kwesi has brought to the Vikings is vision, innovation, and leadership. The kind of leadership that turns a good football team into a great organization. And with Kevin O'Connell on the sideline and Kwesi in the front office, boy, we cooking with grease now. Let's take it back real quick. Kwesi didn't come up through the traditional football ranks. He ain't no former player or coach. Nah, this brother got degrees from Princeton and Stanford. He came into the league through the analytical door. Started with the 49ers in 2013, sharpened his tools with the Browns. And when Minnesota came calling, he answered with a game plan. When the Wilf family made that hire in 2022, folks raised eyebrows. But now, those same folks are raising their glasses. Because the man's record is speaking volumes. 34-17, 2 postseason appearances, and a 14-3 season in 2024. Their best since 1998. You know what that tells me? He got a blueprint and it's working. See, you can't fake culture. You can't slap a winning mentality poster on the wall and expect rings to show up. You need real leadership, and that's what Kwesi brought from day one. You look at what Mark Wilf said. Words like leadership, vision, collaboration, that ain't fluff. That's foundation. Kwesi didn't just come in, got the roster. He came in and evaluated. He built relationships with the coaching staff. And most importantly, he found alignment with Kevin O'Connell. Now that's the duo, EM and HC, who are speaking the same language. Not just X's and O's, but philosophy, process, direction. Now let me talk about that 2024 campaign. Woo, 14-3, that's grown man football right there. That's your roster showing up every week ready to compete. And you don't get there without making the right calls, from the draft room to the locker room. Under Kwesi's eye, Minnesota has become one of the most balanced, dynamic teams in the NFC. They can run it. They can throw it. They can stop you. They can scheme you. And they got a front office that ain't afraid to swing big. That's how you build a perennial contender. Now you all know I've got to get into the meat and potatoes, how this man drafts. Kwesi ain't just picking names off a board. Nah, you're looking for value, upside, and cultural fit. And let me tell you, he hitting on these picks like Tyson in his prime. He brought in young talent that can play and lead. These ain't just athletes. They students of the game. He built in a locker room where egos are in check. And the mission is clear. You want examples? Just look at the development of that offensive line, the growth of that secondary, and the way they replaced veterans with rookies without missing a beat. Analytical mind. Football soul, some folks were skeptical, saying analytics can't run a football team. But what Kwesi showed is that you can blend the brain and the brawn. It ain't either or. It's both. He brought that Wall Street mindset to the gridiron. And now the Vikings got a front office that sees beyond the next game. They building for the next 5 years. Ownership backing. And y'all know ownership matters. The Wilfs putting their money where their mouth is. They ain't just signing checks. They sign off on a philosophy. They saw the vision, they believed in it, and they extended it. That kind of alignment is rare in the NFL. Most teams chasing success. The Vikings, they planning for it. Let's zoom out a bit. The Vikings got a 67 win percentage over the past 3 years. That's third best in the NFC. right behind Philly and Detroit. And let me tell you, those are teams with loaded rosters. So if Minnesota keep building like this, they gonna be right in that top tier. I'm telling you right now, if you sleep on the Vikings, you better wake up. Cause this team got the infrastructure, leadership, and hunger to do damage in the postseason. And that starts with the man up top. I want to take a second to highlight what Kwesi said after signing that extension. The man said, "While we've made significant strides already, our focus will remain on building a team positioned as a perennial contender." That's the mindset of a champion. He ain't satisfied. He see the mountaintop, but he's still climbing. And trust me, when your GM got that kind of hunger, it trickles down to everybody. So what's next for the Vikings? It's about taking that next step, getting out the wild card, winning the NFC North year in, year out, and ultimately making a Super Bowl push. They got the coach, they got the front office, they got a young core. Now it's about execution. And listen, I've been around this league long enough to tell when something real is brewing. This ain't no flash in the pan. This ain't no lucky season. This is a franchise turning the page. The rest of the league better pay attention. One of the key strengths Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has shown is his ability to embrace innovation. The NFL is constantly evolving. New offensive schemes, defensive adjustments, and the ever-changing landscape of player evaluation. Kwesi's background in analytics gives him an edge to anticipate trends before they become mainstream, allowing the Vikings to stay ahead of the curve. Whether it's leveraging data to identify undervalued talent or optimizing salary cap management, this kind of forward-thinking approach is exactly what modern NFL teams need to thrive. Kwesi's leadership extends beyond just football decisions. Building a winning culture means creating a family atmosphere where players, coaches, and staff feel valued and motivated. From what we've seen, Adofo-Mensah invests in relationships and fosters an environment where communication is open and accountability is clear. That kind of culture helps weather the ups and downs of an NFL season and sets the foundation for sustained success. One challenge every general manager faces is balancing immediate wins with future growth. Kwesi has done a remarkable job navigating this delicate balance. He's made savvy trades and free agent signings to bolster the roster now, while also drafting players who can grow into cornerstone roles. This dual focus ensures that the Vikings don't just have one good season, but a string of competitive years ahead. Of course, with this extension comes added expectations. The Vikings fan base is passionate and hungry for a championship. The pressure is on Kwesi and the entire organization to convert this promising trajectory into playoff victories and, ultimately, a Super Bowl ring. But from everything we've seen so far, the work ethic, the preparation, and the talent assembled, there's every reason to believe Minnesota is on the right path. Final thoughts, so hats off to Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. You earned this extension, and you earned the trust of a fan base that bleeds purple. Keep building, keep leading, cause if 2024 was the appetizer, I can wait to see what the main course looks like. And to all the doubters out there, you all might want to check the scoreboard. Cause in Minnesota, they ain't just talking about championships. They building them. Shannon Sharp.
cm. Còn cái đường bên này sẽ là tầm khoảng 3,5. Đấy. Đây đường mình sẽ vẽ một đường 5 cm. Và mọi người cũng sẽ đánh dấu ở điểm giữa là điểm 2,5 cm nhé. Đấy. Mọi người vẽ lên. Mình nối lại để được hình tam giác thôi. Bây giờ mình cắt nha. Đây mình sẽ dán đề cái lớp màu xanh với lớp màu đỏ như này, rất là xinh đúng không mọi người? Đó, mình sẽ vẽ một cái hình y hệt hình này. Mình sẽ áp vào như thế này, mình chỉ cần cắt 2 đường nữa thôi, mình không cần phải cắt nhiều nhá. Mình áp lên và mình vẽ theo đường viền. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ cắt ra nha. Rồi, giờ mình sẽ đính những cái hình này vào. Mình sẽ cho cái sợi dây này vào giữa nha mọi người. Mọi người cắt một đoạn dây vừa đủ để mình gập được như thế này. Mình gập để tạo thành cái móc treo ấy này. Nên mọi người cắt một đoạn dây vừa đủ cho mình nhé. Rồi mình sẽ cắt ở đây. Bây giờ thì mình sẽ cho một chút keo vào để mình cố định. Mình cho chút keo mình cố định cái sợi dây treo. Rồi mọi người gập xuống cho mình nhé. Rồi bây giờ thì mình sẽ cho keo vào. Mình dán đè cái lớp còn lại lên. Như vậy thì cái dây treo của mình nó sẽ dính chắc ở bên trong. Đây mình đè lên như thế này. Đấy. Như vậy sợi dây treo mình dính rất là chắc, mình không sợ nó bị rơi tuột nhé. Đấy. Treo thoải mái lắm mọi người ạ. Bây giờ thì mình sẽ đính keo vào các cái điểm còn lại để mình cố định. Đó, mọi người cứ đính keo vào lần lượt nhé. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ ấn vào để cho nó dính chắc nhé. Tiếp theo mình sẽ dán cái lớp màu xanh. Đấy, mọi người nhìn không? Dán lên xong rồi thì bây giờ nó sẽ khít như này. Hai mặt đều là nhũ lấp lánh ấy, không hề bị lộ cái lớp bên trong xấu xấu đâu. Bây giờ mình sẽ dán cái lớp màu xanh lên này. Lớp màu xanh này thì mình sẽ dán đèn lớp màu đỏ để cho nó nổi lên. Thì mọi người có thể sử dụng màu sắc khác nhé, miễn sao là nó sẽ nổi được trên cái nền đỏ.